come say what's up to Brandy too, Jay-Z and Beyonce. That's it. Like, because like we big fans. We got our family in there, our cousins, and we know y'all there, and we love y'all, and we look up to y'all. For y'all to come to every one of Brandy and Monica's shows and never say what's up to B, and take all the pictures and all. I mean, it just, I don't like it. And I love you, Jay, and I love you, B. Please, like, you guys are the biggest 2 stars in the world. So we know you there. Just, y'all walk by Brandy room, just pull her, say what's up, B, have a good show. I mean, she don't care. She never told me about this, and I am crashing out on this one. This is crazy. But as a brother, and a fan of Jay-Z and Beyonce, like we want to take some pictures with y'all too, and we want to say hi, and we want to be inspired by the inspirational.
I spoke to, but yesterday I got calls from people that are close to the tour, and people that would know, who called me and said, hey, I saw the report, and now there's video circulating online of, Brandy walking right past Beyonce backstage and just different things. And they're like, they don't fool with each other. Like, they don't.
Beyonce and Brandy?
You can't miss Brandy at the tour. But from what I was told is that, at one point there was a cordial relationship. But yeah, there's been this whole thing. And from what I was told from the sources is that, this kind of lingered from, Beyonce came up and became the girl. Like, Brandy is the girl, and they both are still phenomenal, iconic women in what they do. But at some point during Beyonce's climb, things kind of got a little bit rocky, and they haven't established anything better friendship-wise from that.
How you doing? Coming to see me? Jay-Z, you know what? I'm very upset with you that you couldn't do my remix. Like, what's up with that?
And I act happy because I'm here. Yeah, I act happy.
I'm monologuing with you.
I swear to God, I'll shoot the fuck out of you. Y'all get out of my house. Y'all get out of my house.
Shoot me right now.
Oh, I swear to God, bro.
Shoot me right now.
Take my son.
No.
I hate whoever the fuck here, bro.
Get the family.
No, get the fuck out of here. You're doing my house.
Hey.
Bro, stop, dog. I kill you, bro. Stop. I kill you. Stop. I kill you, bro. Stop. Okay. I know you are, but stop. I'm trying to help you out. All right, cool.
You good?
Yep.
Literally, they're probably gonna pull up right now. Let's chill.
Cool. All right, cool.
Literally. Yep, we cool.
All right, let go.
Baby, the internet is on fire, and Ray J just tossed gasoline straight into the flames. Out of nowhere, he's accusing Beyonce of secretly shading Brandy for years, claiming Queen Bey has been dodging her backstage, acting cold at her shows, and pretending the tension doesn't exist. And listen, the way Ray J told it, this isn't some isolated awkward moment. He says it's a long-running feud everyone in the industry has been whispering about, but too scared to admit out loud. Now fans are digging up old footage, old interviews, old award show moments, trying to decode every side-eye, every misgreeting, every backstage shuffle. And the timeline is getting messier by the minute. Ray J just blew a hole straight through the calm of the internet. And baby, the fallout is everywhere. 1 minute fans were casually scrolling, minding their business, and the next, boom, Ray J is on camera, voice rising, calling out Beyonce and accusing her of secretly shading Brandy for years. Not months, years. He claims Queen Bey has been slipping into shows acting like she doesn't see Brandy, dodging her backstage, refusing to say hello, and pretending the tension doesn't exist. And the craziest part? Ray J didn't drop these accusations like some quiet confession. He launched them like fireworks. No hesitation, no filter, no warning. Within minutes, the clip exploded across every platform. TikTok dissecting it frame by frame, Twitter turning it into memes, Instagram pages taking sides like it was a music industry civil war. People weren't just shocked, they were activated. Beyonce's fan base swarmed to defend the queen, insisting Ray J was reaching for attention. Brandy's fans fired right back, arguing that he simply said what insiders have whispered for decades. And caught in the middle, two of the most influential women in R&B history, suddenly being dragged into a feud the public wasn't even supposed to know existed. For years, the idea of Brandy and Beyonce having silent tension was brushed off as conspiracy theory fan fiction. Until now. Now, fans are revisiting old interviews, red carpet moments, backstage clips, analyzing every smile that looked too tight and every greeting that never happened. The timeline is split straight down the middle, and everybody's asking the same question. If Ray J is willing to say this on camera, what has really been happening behind the scenes? Everything detonated because of one 30-second backstage clip, one tiny moment that the internet grabbed with both hands and refused to let go. The video shows Beyoncé backstage at Brandy's show, smiling, casual, relaxed, just vibing with the people around her. It looked like a normal, harmless moment until Brandy enters the frame. The second Beyoncé notices her approaching, her whole energy shifts. Her smile drops, her shoulders tighten, and instead of stepping forward or even staying where she is, Beyoncé subtly dips behind the person next to her, using them like a human shield. She doesn't wave. She doesn't greet. She doesn't even make eye contact. And she stays tucked back there until Brandy walks past like she never saw her. That single motion, small, quick, but impossible to unsee, sent the entire timeline into detective mode. Fans replayed it in slow motion like a scene from a crime documentary. Some insisted Beyoncé was just trying to stay low-key, avoid causing a distraction, or keep the spotlight on Brandy during her own show. She probably didn't want attention pulled away from the performers, they argued, pointing out that Beyoncé often avoids crowding other artists' moments. They said she's private, shy, even socially anxious sometimes. To them, this wasn't shade, it was self-management. But then the other side of the internet came through with screenshots, GIFs, and receipts, claiming the moment wasn't innocent at all. They pointed out how Beyoncé immediately perked back up the moment Brandy walked past, how she didn't duck or hide when interacting with anyone else that night, and how the timing felt just a little too perfect. Some fans even argued that Beyoncé's body language looked like someone avoiding a coworker they've been pretending to be cool with for years. They said it looked practiced, like something she's done before. And that's exactly where Ray J entered the chat. According to him, this wasn't a one-off awkward moment or a misunderstanding. He felt the internet wasn't seeing the full picture because in his eyes, Beyoncé's behavior matched a pattern he claims he's witnessed over and over again. While fans were debating whether Bey's move was innocent or shady, Ray J insisted it was part of a long history, something he's been watching happen at show after show, tour after tour. The viral clip didn't shock him, it triggered him, and he said he had finally had enough. To Ray J, this wasn't just about a quick duck behind a shoulder. It was disrespect. It was habitual. And in his mind, someone had to call it out. The video was the spark, but the rant? That was years' worth of frustration exploding all at once. Ray J's rant was the moment everything went from messy to catastrophic. When he got on camera, he didn't just hint or insinuate. He name-dropped Beyoncé and Jay-Z with his whole chest, practically begging them to just say hi to Brandy like they were distant cousins avoiding family reunions. He talked about how they show up to Brandy and Monica's concerts, walk past Brandy's room without a greeting, take pictures with everyone else, and act like she's invisible. And the way he said it, voice shaking, pacing, dramatic pauses, made it sound like he'd been holding this in for years. But instead of defending his sister, the rant made Brandy look pitiful, like some forgotten artist begging Beyoncé for crumbs of acknowledgement. Fans instantly called it out, asking why Ray J was speaking on Brandy's behalf when she didn't even seem bothered. And the irony? It hit hard. Ray J and Brandy aren't even on great terms right now. They've been distant, barely seeing each other, and Brandy purposely avoids involving him in family events because he has a reputation for doing exactly this, being loud, messy, and dragging her into drama she didn't ask for. So the fact that he suddenly appointed himself the spokesperson for Brandy's emotional well-being? Embarrassing, chaotic, peak Ray J behavior. And it absolutely flipped the narrative, making some viewers wonder if the real feud wasn't Brandy versus Beyoncé, but Ray J versus common sense. And then came the twist that complicated everything. Beyoncé wasn't even at the show for Brandy in the first place. She was there for Kelly Rowland, who was opening on the tour. Photos from that night showed Beyoncé fully engaged with Kelly, smiling, hugging, and giving her flowers. So fans defended her by saying she wasn't obligated to greet Brandy because she wasn't attending a Brandy event. She was supporting her longtime friend, her Destiny's Child sister. But that explanation didn't really hold up once people remembered that Beyoncé met Monica backstage the same night and took pictures with her. Monica even posted the photos, glowing, while Brandy, who was standing right there, got nothing but Beyoncé's disappearing act behind a random security guard. That contrast sent fans spiraling. If Beyoncé had time to greet Monica, pose for photos, and laugh it up behind the scenes, then why was she suddenly too busy or too shy when Brandy came around? She didn't want to overshadow Brandy. Defense completely fell apart, and that's when people started revisiting old rumors that had been quietly simmering for decades. Because the Beyoncé-Brandy coldness isn't new. It's been a whisper in the industry since the early 2000s. According to those old reports, the tension allegedly began when Brandy told Kelly Rowland she needed to break free from Matthew Knowles if she ever wanted to become a major star. Whether Brandy said it out of genuine concern, tough love, or a little subtle shade, nobody knows, but it supposedly didn't sit well with the Knowles family. Especially because at that exact time, insiders were openly discussing how Matthew favored Beyoncé and intentionally limited the shine of the other Destiny's Child members. Singers, producers, and even former collaborators have hinted that Matthew's management style was selective, to put it nicely. So Brandy inserting herself into that dynamic, even quietly, may have planted a seed of tension that never fully died. And once Beyoncé's career skyrocketed to world domination level, while Brandy's momentum slowed, comparisons between them grew louder. People called Brandy the original it girl, the blueprint, the vocal Bible, while calling Beyoncé the new standard, the global superstar, the one. Industry sources have said that the relationship was cordial at first, professional, even friendly, but as Beyoncé rose higher and higher, something shifted. The closeness faded. The compliments stopped. The interactions got colder. And according to people who claim to have been around both camps, the friendship never really recovered. Then there's the rumor that refuses to die, the alleged Jay-Z and Brandy history. It's one of those industry secrets that nobody confirms, nobody denies, and everyone tiptoes around. The story goes that back in the day, before Beyoncé and Jay-Z became the ultimate music power couple, he and Brandy supposedly had a little situation. Something light, something flirty, something that never fully blossomed but definitely existed. The allegation resurfaces every few years, usually after a shady moment between the women. And whether it's true or completely made up, the internet loves dragging it back out as Exhibit A in the case of Beyoncé versus Brandy. Even people who don't believe the rumors still acknowledge that the possibility alone keeps the tension alive in the fan base's imagination. But what makes the whole situation even messier is how Brandy herself has sent mixed signals for years. Publicly, she has always praised Beyoncé, leaving sweet comments, calling her a vocal beast, and defending her against critics. She has complimented Beyoncé so openly that fans assumed there was zero issue. But behind the scenes, according to former friends and associates, it was a different story. When Brandy fell out with stylist Ty Christian, he exposed private conversations implying that Brandy felt jealous and frustrated about Beyoncé's success. He even hinted that Brandy got upset when he took a picture with Beyoncé, making it seem like the admiration Brandy showed publicly wasn't always the same energy she had privately. That drama alone had the internet questioning everything. And then, of course, people dragged up the old screenshots, the cryptic tweets, the posts that got deleted seconds later, the digital breadcrumbs that suggested Brandy might smile in public, but vent in private. All of it together. Ray J's rant, Beyoncé dodging Brandy, the Kelly Rowland dynamic, the old Matthew Knowles story, the Jay-Z rumor, and Brandy's public versus private contradictions created the perfect storm. What looked like an awkward backstage moment suddenly felt like a decades-deep feud cracking open in real time. And then things got messy on a whole different level. Because just when people were settling down from Ray J's rant, Brandy's Instagram account decided to go rogue. Out of nowhere, her verified page starts popping up in the comments of a Beyoncé fan account, and not in a cute, supportive way. One comment read like a threat wrapped in shade. "I dare you to take a picture with me again." Immediately, the internet went into meltdown mode. Was Brandy subbing Beyoncé? Was she confirming all those rumors Ray J, just dragged into the daylight? Or had she finally gotten tired of being compared to Bey for 20 years straight? But within hours, a statement comes out. Brandy says she was hacked. And listen, nobody bought it. Not one person. People said the comments sounded exactly like the unfiltered version of things Brandy's former friends claimed she said behind closed doors. Others pointed out how suspicious it was that the hackers only commented on Beyoncé fan pages, nowhere else. And the cherry on top? The comments conveniently aligned with the drama Ray J just stirred. While the internet was clowning the "I got hacked" story, Monica, who is both Brandy's frenemy and sometimes partner in shade, slipped into the narrative with perfect timing. She went online and joked, "Somebody take Ray J's phone." That one line had social media crying because it confirmed what everyone was thinking. This whole situation had crossed into wild, chaotic territory, and nobody, not even Monica, wanted to be associated with Ray J spiraling on the internet again. And this is where a brand new theory exploded. Ray J wasn't defending Brandy at all. He was distracting from his own legal problems. Reports started circulating that Ray J was facing new lawsuits, business drama, and financial issues. Suddenly, people started connecting the dots. Right when outlets began reporting his troubles, Ray J jumps online, points at Beyoncé, brings Brandy into a feud she didn't ask for, and sets the entire internet on fire. Commentators called it the classic Ray J playbook: pull a media switch up, shift the narrative, create a spectacle, give the public something else to talk about. And it worked for a minute. People argued, dissected body language, hunted for old clips, and debated whether Beyoncé low-key shaded Brandy. Meanwhile, Ray J's actual problems slid right out of the headlines. In this theory, Beyoncé and Brandy aren't enemies. They're collateral damage in Ray J's latest diversion strategy. No matter how you slice it, this whole situation left everybody looking off. Brandy, she didn't ask for any of this. She didn't say anything publicly. But suddenly she's trending for beef, being dragged for the Instagram comments, and forced to deal with the fallout of Ray J's meltdown. Fans said she looked embarrassed and exhausted. Beyoncé, she gets accused of being standoffish, fake, shady, dismissive, depending on which corner of the internet you're in. All because she didn't want to be caught on camera at the wrong time in the wrong place. Ray J, some say he looked chaotic, unstable, and messy. Others say he looked strategic, like he lit the match, watched the house burn, and walked away with the cameras following him instead of the courthouse. The fans divided, arguing, creating theories, choosing sides in a feud that may or may not be real. Some believe the tension is decades deep. Others think the entire thing is manufactured hype amplified by one man who needed a distraction week. And the craziest part? This story is far from over. Will Beyoncé break her silence and address any of this? Probably not, but imagine if she did. Will Brandy publicly react to Ray J dragging her into the storm she never asked for? She might have to. Will Ray J double down, go on another rant, or suddenly switch up a story once the heat dies down? Knowing him, yes. Because if the early 2000s taught us anything, it's that when Ray J is involved, the drama is never finished. Stay tuned. The next chapter is coming, whether they want it or not.